Hey guys, welcome to today's stream. I'm super happy. Today's Monday, and we started this week really strong. I woke up to find some donations from Buy Me a Coffee, so that was really awesome and really sweet from you guys. Um, Also, I bought an adapter, an AC adapter for the camera, so it seems to be working. Uh, so right now you don't have any batteries in your camera, and aside from that, today we had a great session with my one of my patrons with the um, with the art mentorships, and it was pretty cool. Like we seem to be in sync, and everything is going swell with that in that regard. So I'm pretty happy with that. Aside from that, our roommate kind of got engaged in the weekend, so everything's going swell and is pretty great. But have so many good things going about that and I've had some people contact me for work, and I've kind of said yes to everything, and I think I shouldn't have because I'm a bit overwhelmed by the amount of jobs that I have right now and things that I should finish real quick, and I'm not finishing anything. So um but this is kind of a safe place for me to go back to, and I'm just really happy to be here. So thank you guys for the opportunity of doing this once and again. So today's an awesome day because we're gonna finish this image. So this is as far as we got last time. There are some things that kind of kept going around in my mind once and again and once and again, and I'm thinking about like different things about anatomy and stuff like that that I'm not really happy with. So one of those things is her face. Like it seems to be an issue for me. And the other thing is the knee. The knee is kind of dislocated. I don't like it that much for some reason. So I'm gonna try a few quick things right now. This is the same file, but we saved over it. So um, yeah, this is just like the shine of the lines, but I'm just gonna ignore that. I'm gonna keep on making them into smart objects just to have that, like all that history kind of saved in place. And the first thing that I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna try to edit the pose a little bit because I think it's a bit too stern and like static. So I'm gonna go with this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make her kind of have a bit more movement in her. So I like this. I like this a little bit. I'm not quite sure if this is what I want, but let's see. Okay, so this is the difference from this to this. Oh, what? Okay, there we go. So that's kind of the difference, and I think it's a good choice. Like she feels a bit more natural now. It's not as symmetrical as we were thinking of doing at the beginning. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sketching over her and try to apply that into the new drawing. I made this brush today with what I was talking about, like at the beginning with my art mentorships, and I think it's a really cool brush. I'm thinking about using it actually, like in everything right now, because it's triangular, but it's the same thing as the circular one. It's just that the shape changes, you know. But it's kind of the same idea of a brush being just very very soft in the sense that opacity is activated. So yeah, it's mostly that. And here I just want to highlight certain things of her legs, like the little lines of the dragon kind of scale thingies. And I like that a lot now. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna try to actually change the shape a little bit and make her leg a bit more compressed towards the knee. Yeah, there we go. There's something else about the chest that doesn't really fit well with me, and that's the fact that it's not like landing where it should be. So I'm actually gonna I'm saving now. Okay, that's good. Okay. So that's about the only difference that I'm going to make, and I'm going to try to make this a bit softer now. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks kind of okay. A bit too bright, yeah. I think I went overboard with that, but okay. Good. Let's keep going. How was your weekend, guys? Let me know. Hey, Dad and Danny, welcome. Thanks for being here again. How have you guys been? How has your weekend been? Was it a fun one? Was it a weird one? What happened? Let me know. It was fun? Why? Well, you already told me what you did in your weekend, but maybe not everyone knows. Okay, good. So this is one of the stages where I'm already like painting whatever I see, you know? It's not like I'm separating things into different layers or anything. I'm just not respecting that much anymore. I'm just doing whatever I see that would work with the image now. And it's a bit sketchy, but I like it. I like where this is going. Okay. I'm not listening to music today, basically because I think my mind has a certain amount of bandwidth that I can't I can't deny. It's kind of the same thing happens to my brother actually, and it's like we're not very good at multitasking apparently. And I thought I was, but this is something that takes a ton of attention, like actually drawing and talking with you guys, and also yeah, like streaming, you know, it's something that takes a ton of time and a ton of different things, different skills simultaneously, and I just can't do that much. Okay, so what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to like work with yeah, it's kind of bandwidth. That's really kind of the best description that I have. The Oscar nominees. Which was your favorite Oscar nominee movie so far? Judas and the Black Messiah. Oh yeah, Danny also saw that one. Like my girlfriend, she also saw that one, and she really liked it. What is it about? It's like it's based on real life, isn't it? Like it's based on a true story, right? That's something that's sort of partly what I understood. I'm guessing this is not the best brush for this, because this gives a bit like harder edges, and I I don't want this for this area, so I'm just going to avoid them right now. Yes, it's about the FBI conspiracy against the Black Panthers. That's pretty cool. So it's the Black Panthers is this like 70s movement of like black people with weapons and stuff and defending liberty, right? That's kind of a very broad, my understanding, you know, like it's, I might be super wrong about that, but I think that's it. Yeah, they were basically fighting police brutality. Awesome, yeah. Okay, that's pretty neat. And so it's about the FBI conspiring against them, but it's based on a true story, is it, or is it not? Because well, I haven't watched it, so I have no idea. Let's try to do this, see if it works. Okay, but no spoilers, please. So I'm trying to define things a bit further in this image because I just felt that some things were not as defined as they should be, and I think we can win a ton of things by super defining some of these. So just like her ears here, I think some parts could be clearer. And also the hair, like it's kind of a mess right now, but it's good. We're gonna make it work. I like this a lot more now. Like with those changes that I've just made, I'm super happy with this image now. Okay, some part of this is gonna like shine down on her neck, so I'm thinking that that should be almost enough. And also the nose. Okay, I'm thinking that works. In the general sense of the image, let's keep going. I want to make this image super nice and tidy, but I'm thinking that maybe I overstepped myself. Like even with the marathon that we did last week, it might be a bit too much. So yeah, we'll just have to see. What you mean? Spoilers. It's an historical event. Yeah, I know. But some people don't know what happened, so it's still kind of something, you know, like, yeah, you could spoil an historical event. Come on. No? Isn't that something you can do? I think you could. The beauty of the movie is how they show it. Okay, that's pretty cool. Hey Mom, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. And okay, that's pretty cool. I like movies that kind of creatively tell things that are not usually told. Does that make sense? I think that's what good movies are in the end, you know? Like someone just grabs a subject that is kind of the usual subject and, well, you know, shows it in a very interesting way. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna need some other brush right now. I'm thinking that maybe this. I like these shines that come through. I like that a lot, so let's see if we can exaggerate them a little bit. There are very good movies this year. So that one was your favorite, yeah? Or was there another one that was like, huh, something cool? Okay. Good, I like that a lot. Let's add a bit more veins to this. I don't know why, but veiny hands I think they're so beautiful. I really like veiny hands. I think it's a very Asian thing to like. Whoa! Again, groups. Hi, and yay, welcome. That's pretty cool. In the international category, there's a movie called Another Round. It's Danish. That one is really good too. Okay, that's pretty cool. The face is really much better. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, there was something that just didn't fit with me, and still doesn't. But at least we're working towards that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making things kind of fit into each other. So I'm thinking that the dress should have a bit of a reflection of this wing here, like not reflection, but it's like lighting the cloth or the textile here, just a little bit. It's not too much, not excessively. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to try to make this cloth a bit more transparent as well, like a bit translucent. And I think that's kind of what we learned before. But there's something odd about that shape, but whatever. It's not that bad. Let's just add. Yeah, okay. Yeah, whatever. Let's keep going. I've spent too much time on this image now, so I think I'm about ready to finish it. And what's the Danish movie about? No spoilers. Okay, there we go. Let's add a bit of this, like back here, maybe. I don't know if that works. Yeah, no, that's super distracting. Let's just avoid that. Okay, good. So there are a couple of things that I would like to do, and that's add some texture to this image, because I've only been using this brush, and I'm thinking that it would be good to add some little lights that look a bit more like skin. So I'm gonna add some noise. Okay. So it's just these. Would this work? Let's see if this works. Oh, but this is a. Yeah. Okay. Let's look for another brush. We must have something that. What's this? It's spotty. I don't like that one that much. This one works. Okay, so we're gonna do this, but at a very tiny scale. See how that goes, okay? There's nothing in this, so that's good. So I'm just gonna add this so it looks a bit like it's reflective, you know? Like the skin is reflective. It's about 4 high school teachers that want to prove a psychological theory that says humans lack 0.05 of alcohol in their bodies. That's pretty cool. So the idea is that we need alcohol to kind of work. Yeah, to be happy and relax. That's super cool. That's the theory, but no spoilers. Okay, good. Thank you. That's you're great at doing that, by the way. Like, just saying what the story is about, but not. Well, I mean, you kind of studied that shit, but yeah, you're really good at it. Another talent. Okay. Good. Good. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this brush that we are using right now, and it's very subtle, but it gets the job done, I think. Just to add a bit more texture to certain areas. Oof. I need to remember not to scroll that fast because Photoshop bleeps out, remember? Like it just closes when I scroll that fast. Okay, so let's do that on the tail because I think it's one of those areas where it's important to have this vertical shine. Oh wow, we're missing a whole lot of tail here just because we edited the shape. So let's finish that with a regular brush. So let's just erase this, I'm thinking. Oh, that must be a problem from before. Okay, so this is when you notice that you've like done this image really quickly and like try to finish it haphazardly. Because it's full of things that you're not aware of, you know? Okay, let's just keep going with this one. Whoa, no, this one, yeah. There we go. Okay, we can come back into that a bit later. Tiene un toque más orgánico. Yeah, it feels a bit more relaxed as well. Like the shape, I wanted it to relax it a little bit because it was too tough. So I'm gonna try and do this in the shadows as well, just a little bit. just to add a bit of texture like before, and also give it a bit more shape. I need to be doing so many things right now as well, but I'm enjoying this image a ton, so I'm guessing that today I'll pull an all-nighter just to try to finish like a ton of things of work, but most of those things I can't really show you guys, so I'm sorry about that. But if I could, then I'd just keep on working, you know, that would be really cool, just to finish this image and to keep on going with whatever else there is to do. Thinking this is a bit too much of a ball of the foot, so just reducing it a little bit. Yeah, good. Okay, I really like this. There's some things about those horns that just doesn't fit, but we need to keep going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start kind of trying to fit things into each other, like so they don't feel as separate as they do right now. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but let's see if this works. Yeah, no. Okay, that kind of worked, but not enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat, as we usually do. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to add color to it, and that way we're going to try to fit them together. A las malas, perro, a las malas. I don't want to lose any color of these wings because they are kind of a very important spot of the image. Okie doke. So next steps, let's think about different things. There are some things that I want to do. So the first thing that I'm thinking about is adding like a little like veiny area here. Like that could be something that's actually pretty cool. And that gives a bit more of that organic and kind of terrific feel. And I think it's pretty cool to have like arteries and stuff over here. Las malas. The wings are great. Yeah, I'm really happy with the wings right now, actually. So that's something that's odd. Like I'm usually at odds with wings, but I think that the little veiny areas can help, and they make the image a bit darker, you know, because it's a bit more evident. Like it's weird how we interpret that, you know, like with like if we have some anatomy showing, then it's something that's closer to death. That's super weird. Today, my cousin, and she has a lovely cottage up north in New York, I'm guessing. And she sent me this image. Well, she posted this image on Instagram, and it was this coyote that was dead, essentially. So you could see like everything, and it had been eaten by other coyotes. I think, like that's my suspicion. So it was this dark image, but my reaction was just like, oh my god, that's so beautiful. And I think it is. I think like death is also beautiful. It has a ton of beauty in it, and we tend to ignore it and kind of fear it, but there's so much beauty. in nature, you know? Always dark. Yeah. Always. Okay, so there's something about this that just doesn't fit with me right now. This dress. Okay, so we're gonna start finishing this dress off. And I'm thinking that something a bit more around this area could work, you know, like having the folds coming from above for some reason. I don't know if that's gonna work. Am I doing this in a different layer? Yeah, okay, good. Does that make sense? Does that look better or worse? I think it looks worse. Yeah, let's just keep it like that. And I'm going to try to define this a bit further then. So I'm just going to use these same folds that I already defined previously, but I'm going to try to like denote the fact that it's a cylinder, sort of. Like I need to talk a bit further about the shape here. So yeah, I think that works. Let's go with this one. Okay, I don't know why that would be there, but let's just try to fill it in a bit. I'm thinking that some folds here could be good, like a bit more aggressive folds. So I'm adding a bit of contrast here so we can have a bit more information about this image and understand it from afar. So it's high intensity detail that I'm adding here a bit. Let's hope it works. Let's hope it doesn't destroy the whole image. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks better. Let's do that all around. So there's some weird shapes in here that kind of fit her anatomy, and I like that. So let's just add those in there. I don't know if you can listen, if you can hear like this little with my keyboard, but that's something that I always do, and it's just like press the keyboard so like the brush becomes larger and smaller and whatnot. So it sounds like I'm frantically hitting the keyboard. I'm trying to add this, like some information that there's some volume underneath the cloth. So that's basically what I was doing there. And here I want to add a bit of shadow, so you can tell that something is underneath something else. So I'm kind of subdividing, if you can tell, I'm subdividing everything a bit. Like the little folds and everything, I'm kind of enunciating a bit more than I did before. Shadows. It's kind of loud, but it's okay. Oh, I'm sorry. And it's super close to the microphone, so maybe that's something that I need to fix. Because, yeah, it's not supposed to be that loud. Like, I don't want you to go deaf just because I'm making the brush larger or smaller, you know? Okay. Yeah, let's just add these as well. Okay, so high intensity. Plus this is a mechanical keyboard, so they're super loud. But I like them. It kind of reminds me of very old computers I used to work in at my dad's office. So that's basically why I use these. It's not because I'm a gamer or anything. Okay, I like that. Let's try to add a bit more shadow here in the back. And let's try to separate this a bit, yeah. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that as a main character. I'm still missing some detail here, so I'm going to add a bit more detail in this area so we can actually, and by detail I mean just like making lines a bit more contrasted in this case. Like that's not always the case, that's not always how you add detail to an image, but it's usually the way. So I'm just adding some crinkles and stuff so it looks more like anatomy. I don't like this actually. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot better. We can add some areas that kind of the yellow kind of seeps a little bit through. I think that could be cool. Let's see if that works. Like in the more extended areas. Something like that, let's see. Yeah, that looks cool. Let's do that. Like the red is filtering out a ton of the color, but it's so much yellow that some of it still comes through. Does that make sense? Pug. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry if I should. I'm gonna add a bit of color here because it's a bit too black. And I want this to be kind of her skin as well, like filtering through. Okay. Yeah, we like that. Okay. I like this area a lot, so I'm gonna kind of replicate that here a bit, not too much. Person of God? What? Obviously, that's what it means, yeah. Thank you, Phoenix, for translating. Obviously. And thank you for being here, that's super cool. I'm really happy that you're here. We haven't hung out like in the longest time, we should totally hang out soon. Okay, I like that. I like where this is like standing. Let's just add a bit more of this reddish color to some areas. Okay, good. I'm gonna add a bit more over here as well, because I'm thinking I went a bit too dark on this area. Yeah, totally should. I didn't know you could like write with all those emojis, like just Pokemon. That's super cool. Okay, good. I like this a lot. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna try to fix this a little bit. Okay, goody. I'm trying to darken this, just so you can tell it's kind of a different direction from the rest of the arm. Same here. Yeah. Okay, I like this a ton. Let's keep going. That's a bit distracting. Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, okay, so in the sketch, I don't know if the sketch is actually here. Let's see. Provisional pre-composition. That's third, so that's sixth. I'm not sure if we have the actual first sketch. I think we have this. Let's see what this is. Yeah, okay. So in this sketch, we have this is like the how much we've come, like how far we've come in this image. So this was before the marathon, and this is after the marathon, and how we've gotten today. But we have some things that we haven't done yet, and one of those things is the people that are around, kind of like, yeah, like how do you call that? Like bowing down to her. Wow, I did all this in the same layer. Yeesh, risky. I'm still gonna work a bit more on the cloth in certain areas, because I think that's one of the important things here. Her disciples, yeah, exactly. Whenever I hear the word disciple, I think of Magic the Gathering. That's kind of the first thing that I remember, because there was this card that I really used a lot. I don't remember how it was called, but it was and it was just from Mirrodin. I don't know if you guys play Magic the Gathering. But yeah, it was a very overpowered deck, and I loved it because it had artifacts. So yeah, but there was a card that was a disciple. I don't remember how it was called. It was like Disciple of the Void or something like that. Yeah. And also, for some reason, there's this band that's called Querubines Negros del Molocotongo that I always tend to think that their name has something to do with disciples, but it's just Querubines. So it's super confusing for me for some reason. But you should totally check their music out, especially Cumbia Metalera. Amazing song. Okay, so I'm gonna darken this a bit more because I don't want it to have that much importance. So let's just go with normal, but let's avoid filling in some very bright areas like that. Yeah, that's good enough. Querubines negros del molocotón. And there's a song. This is all Santiago Camargo and the Camargo family influence in my life, like my best friend. And there are a bunch of like metalheads, but this song is, yeah, it's a cumbia metalera, and it's a cumbia that's about metal, and it's awesome. It's the most metal thing you can ever come across. So yeah, go check it out. Okay. Good. I'm pretty happy with this. Let's do her disciples, right? Like that's the word. Okay, so this is gonna go from sketch to finished, but it's not gonna be like, I'm probably not gonna be very detailed about that, you know? Like I'm just gonna follow this sketch. So let's start with the ones that are behind her. I think that's a good idea. And with that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this layer, select pixels, there we go. And we can make a little mask out of it. And that way, is this the actual one? Yeah. That way, it's like we're drawing behind her, but not quite, okay? So, oh, I fucked up. There we go. So it's like we're drawing behind her a little bit. So, yeah, let's get started with that. Sombras y enfoque que implican volúmenes, sombras. Okay. Volúmenes. Yeah, that's basically what we're doing. Like we're making these guys that are not entirely like visible, but yeah, we just want an idea of some people that are there like lying down and bowing to her. So I'm starting with the guys that are like in the back. And that way, we can actually start with a bit of a darker color here. Yeah, there we go. So it's just like a very basic shape. And I'm gonna try not to go into details with this because it's not something that I want to do. And it's not good for the image if I do, so I'm just gonna do that, and I'm gonna add a bit of this. So it's kind of her head, their head. And I'm not going to put too much time into this because we need to move on and we need to finish this image today, because today is the final day of the month that we can actually work on this image. So I'm also a bit hurried because of that, okay? So here we're going to have the luxury of shadows. So that's pretty good, and maybe that's kind of what my dad was saying. Just adding a bit more shadows into this. So yeah, we just need this like suggestion of people. It's not going to be very detailed, but I think that's good enough. I just heard the Cumbia Metalera song. Surprisingly, not what I expected, and well, I can't. What do you mean? Surprisingly, not what you expected. What did you expect? It's so cool. I really love that song. It's amazing. Ven a ver cómo se baila. Sabroso ritmo de la cumbia metalera. It's so cool. Okay, this guy has a weird butt, so I'm just gonna make it a bit rounder. This guy's a bit not as round as it should be. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just duplicate these and them horizontally and kind of add them here. And yeah, try to make them fit. See how that works. But I thought it was going to be less funny. Like, I can't. It's super funny. I love it. But at the same time, it's so serious. Like, they really went into it. So I think that song is amazing. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do some slight edits to these guys just because they're closer to the window or some shit. I don't know, it just doesn't fit that well. Okay. And yeah, let's keep doing that, see how that goes, how that works. Okay. Let's see if this works. Looking at these guys could be like overtaken by the color, but not as much. So they're a bit further back. Does that make sense? Oh no, it's this that I want to edit. Yeah, there we go. So I'm being a bit cheap with some of the things that I'm doing right now, and I don't mind because it's just background, so no one is gonna look at that much, hopefully. Like they shouldn't. Okay, let's just make this super huge. And there we go. Okay. So these are the first kind of disciples that we've done. So we're going to take advantage of shadows right now, and we're going to like use this color and try to edit it. Oh, why did that? Okay, if we do this, okay. There we go. So I'm going to try and add a bit of shadows into these guys, just because they're like here in the right behind her, so the colors are a bit different. Yeah. Whoa. Good. I'm pretty happy with this. Let's keep going with this flow. Okay. Yeah, they look a bit weird, like they're like too compact for their own good, but I think that works. Good. So these are the first disciples that we have. We can add an actual further row. Hang on. I'm going to edit this one just because he's kind of super visible. So yeah, let's just add this. And kind of flip its hand, maybe. Okay. So these are the first disciples. Let's add the next row of disciples. So the next row of disciples should be a bit lighter in color, I'm guessing. About this color, maybe. Let's see if that works. I don't know, I'm guessing that distance worked well, but let's just add some of them that are a bit closer. So I'm thinking also about the anatomy of these, and it's just a silhouette for now, but it's gonna make sense in a bit, I hope. So what I'm thinking about is that this person is really close to her, so part of the lighting from above is gonna hit him or her. Okay. So they're all face down, ass up. But yeah, it's a very submissive pose. I don't like the fact that it's kind of lining up exactly with this curve. So I think I'm gonna move this guy a bit. Probably there. Yeah, okay. Okay. Is this a bit lighter? Yeah, good. So here you can notice that I'm giving it a little bit, just a little bit more detail to this character. It's not the main character by a long shot, but it has more details in it than the guys behind him. Quitiña? Hello. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Quitiña just busted into the studio. That's what she does, and also Logan. Hey Logan, what's up? How are you, dude? Doing fine? ¿Te quieres subir? Súbete. ¿Qué pasa, Flo? They don't understand English, so. Hey, what's up, man? Okay, so this is a bit weird. Let's just keep going at it until it's not weird anymore. So let's just add a bit of rim light to this, guys. I think we're done with the hour. Like, the hour is gone right now, but I'm just gonna keep working on it for a bit and see if I can advance it a bit further. I think my cats are hungry. I should give them food like pronto. Okay. Súbete. 1, 2, 3. Súbete. 1, 2. There we go. Kitinia in the house. Spanish-speaking cats. Yep. They only speak Spanish. They don't understand English. They don't understand French. They don't understand anything. Hola. Hola, Escara. Hola. Kitinia, she's just so fresh. Okay, so this guy, I like his silhouette. I like the read. So, oh, you're just gonna lie there? Okay. So I'm just gonna duplicate and see if that works. Before I do that, we could actually add a bit of like a symbol on his head for some reason. Like, that's super satanic, right? Yeah, okay. Let's just do that. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna cheat again. So I'm just gonna do this and make him be behind this other dude. And yeah, oh, this doesn't work at all. Yep. Yep. There we go. Kita's trying so hard to sleep, but it's just like not the place to do that. So sorry, dude. Okay, so this one's a bit chubbier, I'm guessing. And we can push him backwards with a bit of light. ¿Qué pasó? Just a tad. I'm not sure if that's the mix. So yeah, as you can see, this is all like a bunch of guesswork. So yeah, let's just enjoy it. What is that symbol? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, I just made it up. I wanted the symbol to look a bit like some of this witchcraft symbols that are like very squiggly and very dissonant and stuff. So there's a ton of witchcraft symbols and they're super cool. Most of them are just like amazingly beautiful. Again, the darkness. Yeah, so I'm just trying to use that a little bit. So I'm just going to make slight changes here. See how that works. Okay. And let's do that. Let's symmetrize them. Let's flip around and see how this goes. And let's add this to both of these. Yeah, there we go. They're good enough. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the 4 guys in front. So let's see how much we can cheat. Is this a line from these guys? It seems like it. Hang on. Yeah, okay. There we go. So we have these, and what we can do is we're gonna make them large. What just happened? Are these guys complete? Oh no. Oh, I get what just happened. Okay, so we're gonna have to fix this a bit. It's a quick fix. No worries, guys. We're still on track, okay? Yeah, okay. I just did that in such a weird order for some reason. So hang on. These are the guys in the back, which are perfectly fine. But these guys are going to be the guys in front. So we're just going to see their bums, basically. Yeah, okay. So how do we do this? So first of all, I'm just going to darken them like a ton. There we go. And I'm just going to make this a bit wider. Okay, so let's check out the sketch. See how that goes. Yeah, it's pretty close to what we have right now. Okay. And let's do that for the other side as well. Let's flip it around. So, transformar, voltear horizontal. There we go. And that way we kind of limit these a bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest of the body of these guys, but lying a bit here in front. Okay. And I'm not going to copy them because they are so close to us that it would be kind of disrespectful to a viewer. Okay, and we can do a bit of skin behind this. So let's get this. And maybe add, how big would a head be here? Something like that? No, too big. This is good. And I'm thinking about their hands, so maybe their hands are going forward. Yeah, let's just do that. So the, how do you call this? The perspective isn't, it's far from perfect, but we have a bit of good enough information here, so we can actually work with that. Okay, so that was a bit too bright. Let's pull it back a bit more. A bit darker. We should go a bit darker. Yeah, there we go. That's good enough. I like that. So now we're going to add some blue lighting here. Blue lightning. Blue lighting. I used to confuse those two so much, like lightning and lighting. I used to mix them up a long time ago. Okay, so I'm just sketching real quick here because I don't want to put too much detail in these guys either, but I want them to be understandable and also, yeah, to be readable. Does that make sense? Okay, I think this is pretty cool. Oh, more out of focus? Yeah, we can do that. Let's try it out, see how it works. So what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to try to give this a bit of more, like, darken it so it's not as reflective in this area. Good. What I'm thinking about as well is that these guys are going to have a bit, just a little bit of red on them, like shining off of this, of the wings, you know, like all of that area, just a little bit. Let's just play around with that, see if it works, if it helps a bit. I think it does. So it's like all the colors, so they're probably just gray, you know. And also let's make them like get a bit of this reflection, you know. Let's do this in a different layer so we can make the opacity a bit lower in a bit. So I'm just going to make it as like the strongest reflection in the universe, but we're going to lower the opacity afterwards, okay? And that way it's going to be easier to sketch. Okay. Let's describe a bit of shape here. Yeah, like that. That's good. Okay, we like that. Let's get the opacity down just a tad, not that much. Yeah, there we go. And we're gonna add a bit of light from behind. It's also just a rim light. Let's do that in a non-limited layer. You like it? I think it's looking pretty cool as well. I'm super happy with this, where this is going. Okay. So let's try something out. Let's see if this, yeah, that works better. Okay. So we can add like another layer of these guys, of these Keruinis. How do you call them again? Disciples. These disciples. Okay. So let's just add this one here so it kind of cuts a bit and gives a bit more mobility. And let's make it super dark. There we go. And just a tad of this rim light should be enough to describe the shape. Yeah, so it's full of butts. It's just gigantic butts all up in here. Yeah. They eat that lunch. Okay. Good. So I'm going to add a bit of shadow over here, just occlusion. And around here and around here. There we go. Okay, it's looking pretty swell. I like it. I'm going to divide this a bit further. There we go. Okie doke. So I'm gonna try to do what my dad is suggesting. Okay, so what he's suggesting is basically to blur these out. So that could work. Let's try that out. So let's try lens blur. That's just an effect, but it comes out in the other screen. So here we go. Yeah, let's try a bit less, like 15. Let's see how that goes. Okay. And let's try to blur these a bit further. So, you leaving now, Kita? Watch out, don't turn off the computer. Thank you. So I'm gonna go 39 with this one, like almost doubling our score. Whoa, why does that happen though? Oh no, it's so weird. Does that happen with this one? Oh yeah, it did. So we fucked up, basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the... No, let's just join everything together already and start sketching on top. Okay, so there are some things that don't work, like for example, like this superposition. And by joining these together, we can start like removing stuff. Why is this so tough? Oh, there we go. But why is it still tough? Is it really grabbing the opacity? I'm not sure it is. Okay, still works. Let's just work with what we got. I'm not gonna fight Photoshop today. And same here. So it's just about this. You know what? Let's grab another brush. So I'm gonna grab this one. No, with this one, dude. Come on. Yeah. There we go. So it's a bit of a noisier one, but it helps us with sketching. Okay, so this is some area that I don't need that much information, so let's just grab it and keep going. So this is the smudge tool, and it's just perfect for this finishing phase almost. It's pretty cool. It just lets us, yeah, smudge. So it makes everything a bit more liquidy, kind of. And that way we can smudge it like if it were wet paint. It's amazing. It's so cool. I really enjoy this part of the process. Especially with this area where we don't need any detail almost, it's super good. And we can recover certain areas and remove further detail from different areas that we don't need that much detail, and starting to join areas that need to be joined. So for example, this, we don't need that much detail in the back, even though it's like the floor and we know it's perfect and it fits like the geometry. We can just do this, you know? So I really enjoy this part because it's kind of destroying everything and it's super fun. It's like you don't have to think almost at all. So yeah, I just enjoy this so much. Let's do that here as well. Okay, I think we're almost done, guys, with this image. I think we're gonna leave it almost as it is. So yeah, the disciples were kind of the finishing details of this image. Let's see how that's looking. Yeah, it's looking good. Let's keep going. Oh, I actually like that. I fucked it up. Okay. I deleted a cool line, and it's just there's just no way that I'm gonna do that again. Yeah, no, I keep on trying it, but no, there's no way. It's lost forever. We can't recover it. We just have to face our consequences. Okay, good. So let's check real quick, just a few basics. Oh, we actually removed this from the whole thing. Yeah, let's add it in. Smudge. Awesome. Okay, pretty happy with that. Let's, I don't need this though, because it's a bit distracting. I'm sorry, dude. There we go. Let's add, let's check just our levels. Okay, so it's just like, how do you call this? Values. Yeah, that's it. So just black with values, and it's pretty consistent, but I'm guessing that we can modify certain things. Okay, so let's just make it flat. Is this an actual color? What's going on? Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is black and white, and this is a great way to check our image and see what's going on. Okay, so things that I'm seeing that are an issue is that I'm getting lost here and here. Like this wing is not that visible, and we need to recover it as well. Also here. And what else? Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, okay, we can add a bit of a further layer of disciples as well. So let's do that real quick. So I'm gonna do this and this and this and whatever, and this and this and this. Let's just close that up. No, well, it's not that bad. Let's just add over here and over here. Okay, and we can add this as well. What? No. Yep. Okay, that's another layer. It's so cheap, but it kind of works. Yeah, so I don't want it to be overimposed into different areas, so let's just erase that back real quick. It doesn't have to be that clean, but it has to be clean here. No. I scrolled too fast, guys. I'm sorry. Let's just save this and reopen Photoshop. That just happens sometimes, guys. I'm sorry. Remember I told you that used to happen? Like if I just scrolled way too fast, everything just collapsed in Photoshop. And I just did that. I'm super sorry for that. Is it opening Photoshop? There we go. We're almost finished. I'm super excited about this image. ASMR. So we're done. It opened. So that was my ASMR shit. Interlude. Okay, good. So we have that, and whoa, Kita, please don't disconnect everything. Let's just save just in case. Yeah. Okay. So how we're gonna divide it is we're gonna just go with concept clouds. Okay, just like we did in the background. We're gonna add clouds again. It's yeah, just to solve the issue with the volume. You know, like with the. I always forget that word. It's not volume. It's values. Value. Okay, so is this? I don't know. It's a different one. Yeah, let's add a layer and let's add this mask, which is allegedly the shape of our main character, which it is. That's awesome. That's super cool. So we're just helping it along a bit. Yeah, a lot actually. Let's take advantage of this and actually make her read kind of impeccably. Is that a word? Impeccably? I hope so. Okay, and we're actually gonna block out the butt cheeks of this guy right in front, and also this guy, so we don't go into that. There we go. So these clouds kind of erased everyone in the back, but there we go. Yeah. So we can, let's just join this right now and do a second layer 100, guys. Woo! We got to 100 layers. This is super cool. It's not like all layers are live. It's just that the naming convention is still there. No, this is not what we want. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, okay. So that's the difference, and let's just check it out with our control layer. So this is now, and this was before. So these areas that were problems are already kind of a lot better. They're reading way better. And what I'm thinking of doing is actually separating a bit of these elements, you know, like the hands and this foot from the other one, and also this area, just to start getting a better read from that image, okay? So how am I going to do that? I'm going to do that by duplicating our layer, like copying everything and pasting it. That's our control. And now let's do this. Let's put it on screen, okay? I'm going to make a mask and invert it. So now whenever I draw anything with white, it's like a clearer version of that. Does that make sense? It's super useful. So let's just do that with clouds again. So I'm going to cloud it out. Let's cloud this up. And then we're going to erase whatever we're doing right now, okay? So, yeah. I'm going to lower the opacity as well in a bit, so just don't worry for now. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Let's do this as well, and this as well. Yeah, okay. So now I'm going to go back with a very hard pencil and block out the hands. Actually, we can do that with a selection. It's not going to be as clean, but still. It's a bit faster, and we don't... Yeah, this is already cleanup phase, but it's one of those images that is going to be finished, but not like super finished or detailed, because we just want to finish it actually. Okay. Cool. What? No. There we go. And let's do the same with this other hand. So I'll just show you in a bit in terms of value what's going on, okay? So with the black layer and everything. Yeah, let's try that again. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so in terms of values, this is what's happening. So this was before and this is now. And we kind of lost control a little bit. So let's just recover that control. And where else is this? Here we go. Where else do we have this? Okay. So I'm going to go with a soft brush and kind of push this back a bit, because we don't need it to be that widespread, you know? Yeah, okay, so this is the image how it's looking right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the opacity just a tad so it doesn't get that much out of control, but that should be enough. So that's enough to make the read a bit better in the hands. Actually, we need a bit more opacity. There we go. Okay, so let's just leave it like that, and that should work. Yeah, there we go. What else do we have? Okay, so there's something that I've wanted to do for a very long time in this image, and that's like the finishing touches, because I think that's gonna be, it's gonna look amazing. Let's try it out. So basically it's this. Okay, and let's see if this works with color dodge or soft light. Yeah, soft light I think is a winner. Or let's see if screen. Yeah, let's see if this works. So this is the difference. And let's do the same thing. Why not? With the blues. See how that goes. Actually, let's just pump it up because I want to see this. Okay, so this is super exaggerated, but I kind of like it though. I think it's high contrast. Okay, yeah, it's too much, but let's control it just a bit. There we go. Let's see what that means in terms of values. So this is what we had. This is like the background, and this is... Okay, so we had this, and now we have this, okay? So that's basically what's going on. So this and this. So we're getting a better read, but actually we're losing a bit of detail here. So let's limit it as well. There we go. And with the lights, with the bright yellows, let's do the same. So I'm gonna limit it. Actually, let's limit that from the other side. I don't know how that's looking, so hang on. Let's try that again, because I'm pretty happy with this. I think it works, but I'm not sure about this. Does that make sense? Let's try that again. Ooh. I just, okay. Ooh, I had an idea. But we're gonna do, I'm so excited now. Yeah, let's just kill it all with details and stuff. Okay, so that works. Let's just do that one, yeah. Okay. Something like that? Would that work? Oh my god, yes. Okay, so change of plans. It's the same plan, but kind of a change of tactics, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just copied everything and pasted it in a, how do you call this? Color dodge layer, which just exaggerates everything to the limit. But what I want to do is I want to limit this layer to be just the very, very bright. So let's just be a bit generous like that. Yeah. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to blur. So let's just make a radial blur and like make it zoom. And let's make it like that and just make it sketch for now and see how that works. Okay, a bit too much, so let's bring it down a bit. So let's not make it 100, let's make it 43. Okay, yeah, I think that works. Let's see if that... Like there, maybe? I'm not sure. No, that looks like crap. It didn't work, guys, I'm sorry. Is it maybe because... Okay, let's try it again. Let's bring it up here. Let's make it sketch quality. Almost. I want the center to be her face, so I'm almost there. And there's, I don't know if there's a better way to do this, but I guess this is how I do it, you know? Like you just have to do it here. Like there's no way of saying like, make the center here in the image in Photoshop, which I think is madness. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to do that, but we're going to do that with an optimal quality. Let's make it 45. So it's going to take a bit. It's magic, right? You really like the glowing fog? Me too. I really like it. You get what I'm trying to do? Like the shafts of light? Yeah, I'm super stoked about that. Let's see if that works. Ooh. No. Okay, let's try it out. This layer. I'm not sure why this isn't working that well, but okay, let's try it out. Yeah. It looks super weird. I'm not sure I'm achieving anything. But yeah, maybe. Does that work? Does that actually work? It seems to work. Let's just leave it in this. So it's this and this. Yeah, I mean, why not? Let's leave it like that. I think it's cool. Okay, so there's something that I want to do as well, just as a finishing touch. Okay, why Photoshop? I'm right here, baby. Okay. So I'm gonna do this as a pre-comp, and this is the like most amount of layers that I'm gonna waste like in my life. But what happens if let's just try things, because we don't know until we try, right? So what if we make this contrast a bit higher? Just a bit. So in terms of values, this is what's going on. A bit more contrast. I'm thinking we lose a bit of her face and all the details that we already worked on, but yeah, that's good enough. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this layer with white. I'm going to set it to multiply. And I'm going to make this like interior shadow. And what that does is this vignette kind of thing. Yeah, so without vignette, with vignette. And you know what, let's just do it like the old way. Just draw it, because it's too big. So yeah, let's do it with this. Oh, no, let's do it with a softer brush. We don't need that much. And we're going to do this with a circle, and we're going to limit it to that, and that way it's going to be a bit better. Let's make the opacity lower. There we go. So that way we're kind of focused a bit more on the center of the image. But I want this to be a bit reddish. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a layer that's going to be like desaturated entirely. So again, just color. And with a mask, I'm going to make it like a central separation. So that way we have like fully saturated in the center and slightly desaturated in the borders. Slightly, very slightly. So from this to this. It's not much difference, but it kind of helps us focus up a bit better. This is too strong, so I'm just gonna reduce it a bit more, and this is also too strong. We don't want to lose that much saturation. It's just a bit. Yeah, good. So now let's do let's sharpen the whole image. Okay, so I'm gonna do unsharp mask, 150, 1.8, that's awesome. And that's gonna give us a bit more like high contrast details and stuff like that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a lens correction. This is all post-production stuff, but it's pretty cool. So I want this to feel like a space that's surrounding us. So that's what I'm gonna do. And let's make this fringe like 1.59. It's very subtle, like we don't want that to be so like over the top. Okay, so that's the difference. From this to this, it's almost nothing, but we're getting a bit more of the sense of a camera or a lens working through it. Okay. What else can we do? Okay, so things to fix. This line is a bit too thin, right? So I'm thinking that this spike could be a bit thicker. So these are just like the finishing touches that I'm thinking about, okay? We're almost done, guys. I'm super excited with this. Thank you for joining me in this whole process. It's been so cool. And also, well, you guys have helped me choose, like make my decisions every step of the way. So that's super cool, in my opinion. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay, so I'm gonna do this just a bit. Just to separate that a little bit. Yeah, that's good enough. Thank you. I'm really happy that you like it. Let's see if we actually make this separation a bit more obvious, if that would help the image or if it would break it. So let's just try it out, see if it works. Hola, Phil. What's going on, boy? What's going on? ¿Quieres subirte? Súbete. Hop up. Sí, hop up. Súbete. Acá. Sí. Pucha, casi no lo logré. Listo, okay. Good boy. So this is Logan. There's something around here. Oh, this looks really cool. Okay, so this is what I wanted. So let's just reduce the opacity, and I think that helps. Yeah, that helps a ton. And let's do that same thing, but here, like that, like a face part. Yeah, this is nice. So it's color dodge. But let's reduce the opacity a bit. Yeah, there we go. Let's see what levels, like what we've done with the levels. And that's good, but we've lost a bit of contrast in the process. So let's see if we can bring it back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the black like that. Okay, see what we've done. Okay, so we had this image, and now we have this image, which is a bit darker. Let's find a midpoint, and I think we're going to call it quits, guys. Yeah, that's it. Kitinha. Actually, we need to do a bit more, like a couple of things here, because this is the brightest spot, and I think we need the light to sip in a little bit. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Está lo ganchito. I think we're done, guys. I think we're done. After all this time, I think we're done with this image. I'm super happy with it. Thank you guys for being here and for sharing your ideas and your opinions with me, and also your time. The only thing that's missing is to sign it, so let's just sign this guy's butt. Okay. What's going on, boy? Yeah, it's there. Okay. Okay, so now we're done with the image, let's just take it old school Photoshop, see if that works. Hang on, we're gonna try one last thing, okay? Just for fun. I know I'm probably not gonna leave it, but if it works, man, I would be stoked. Okay, so let's try this. Yes, this is what we wanted. Hell yeah. Okay, about there, and let's do it with a prime, this one. Okay, and we're gonna do it with that. Amazing, that looks amazing. Does that actually work? I think it does. This is so cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it in. What the heck? It's such a little detail. Like a deity. Yes. 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 Amazing. You know what? Let's add something else. I'm just in the mood, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just taking a little bit more. Let's add a bit of dust particles like that are shining here, just like we did with the desert creature and stuff. Do you remember, like the desert grave, like the mountain grave digger, the one in the desert that was kind of a bird soaking a child in mayonnaise? Okay, so we have that. Let's just make it a bit more invasive. Let's make it all like this yellowish color. What's going on? Oh, here. Yellowish color. Okay, and let's add okay, there we go. So it's almost unnoticeable, but it's there. Actually, let's put a okay, here I'm kind of erasing some of these, but with another noise brush. Yeah, there we go. Okay, guys, now it's done. I'm super happy with this image. This is super cool. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you guys for helping me all the way and make these decisions. And I'm so happy with this image. I'll just wrap it up and post it. So yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, I think I want to study anatomy. I'm probably going to study faces because I've noticed that I'm being pretty weak in faces and I want to get better. So, yeah, just join me if you want to study faces with me on Wednesday. Okay? So, thank you guys and I'll see you next time. Bye. 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 Bye.